athletes. Today we're going to look at combining like terms, and we're going to do that by looking at some objects. So here we go. We're going to start with these dogs. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 4 dogs and 1, 2, 3, 4 marbles. Okay, nothing too difficult there. So now we're going to use variables to describe our dogs and our marbles. And for dogs, I'm going to use the variable of D. A variable is a letter that represents something. So in this case, the D represents the dogs. I used a D just because dogs start with D, but you could use any variable you'd like. And for the marbles, can you guess what I'm going to use? If you guessed M, you're correct. So we're going to let M represent the marbles. So now I can shorten this. Instead of writing 4 dogs, I can write 4D. The 4 representing the 4 different dogs. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 dogs, so it would be 4D. If I had 5 dogs, it would be 5D. And for the marbles, I have 4M. Now, I cannot put the 4D and the 4M together because dogs and marbles are 2 different objects. So this is my expression in simplified form. I can't go any further. Let's look at another example. Now this time I have 3 dogs and I have 2 marbles. And on the right side, I have 4 marbles. So I can combine my marbles because marbles are the same. So I have a total of 2 marbles and 4 marbles, so 6 marbles. And again, like before, we can simplify this by saying, let's make our dogs the letter D, and let's make our marbles the letter M. So we're using the variable D for dogs, so 3D plus, and the M for marbles, 6M. Again, I cannot combine these two because dogs and marbles are 2 different things. All right, here's our last one. And the last one, I have 3 different objects. I have dogs, marbles, and cars. So on the left-hand side, I have 2 dogs, I have 2 marbles, and 1 car. And on the right side, I have 3 marbles and 2 cars. Now let's combine our like terms. In other words, which objects are the same? Well, I notice that there's only dogs on the left side, so I just have my 2 dogs. But I do notice that I have my 2 marbles on the left side and my 3 marbles on the right side. Here they are. So I'm going to put those together. I have 2 marbles and 3 marbles. I have 1 car on the left side and 2 cars on the right side. Now we're going to simplify this by combining our like terms. I have my 2 dogs, but I notice that I have 2 marbles and 3 marbles, and they're the same thing, marbles. So I have a total of 2 plus 3, which is 5 marbles. And then I have my car on the left side and my 2 cars on the right side. So I have my 2 dogs, my 5 marbles, and now my 1 car plus my 2 cars are 3 cars. Now we're going to use our variables. Let's have D equal dogs, just like we did before, M for marbles, and how about C for cars, since cars starts with C. And now I can write it, and it takes even less time, just with 2D plus 5M plus 3C. Again, I cannot put my 2D, 5M, and 3C together because dogs and marbles and cars are 3 different objects. So this is it in simplified form. I hope that helps with how to combine like terms.